You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
DNA editing takes a serious step forward. George Soros is tax exempt as he pushes for more taxes on you and your family. That's from The Street. U.S. split along racial lines. 96% of Americans are bracing for race riots this summer. Baltimore police mugshots released confused the heck out of race baiters because half of the 6 are black. We've got some hate crimes against whites going on. I just want to illustrate what's being sold here in the name of multiculturalism. And Paul Watson has an article that's extremely important that we're going to cover. Black crime facts that white liberal media don't dare talk about. That is coming up. And they set up a police officer fund for these people, whether they're guilty or innocent, and that was shut down. So they're not allowed to fundraise for their lawyers. I would support a lawyer for Jeffrey Dahmer, not because I like Jeffrey Dahmer, but because everybody deserves a defense. It's a very dangerous road we're going down here. We're going to break it all down in the next segment. What is behind it all? We're going to segue out of the Jacobins and out of the communist history right into what's happening today. If you want to really understand who communists really are and why some of the richest people in the world fund them, will somebody go grab me a copy out of the shipping department of Ned and Carla Conspiracy? I know it's a big warehouse back there, but there might be one on the bookshelf actually in here. I don't want to wait till that 1 minute break. Somebody can come on in here and see if we can find it. You need to understand how the globalist mindset works, or you don't have a hope of ever stopping them. So that's all coming up today. But before I go any further, I just did a 30-second plug earlier. I can't fund the operation and do that with 30-second plugs. We are running specials that are the biggest we've ever had. 20% off. We've only done that one time before on all of our water filtration systems at InfoWarsStore.com. I extended the sale and added that on Friday. It ends tonight at midnight. 20% off with promo code WATER20 on the ProPure G2 systems and other systems. We already have the lowest price on that incredible system. It destroys the competition side by side. All our products in the water section are 20% off. We have 2 bottles of super high quality colloidal silver. Everybody knows what an antimicrobial that is, surface or internal. Consult your physician before using it. 30 parts per million, highest quality, biggest lab in the country. Half off what the leading competitor sells the very same private labeled system for, and a free bottle of Fluoride Shield and free shipping. You cannot beat that. It ends tonight. It's free shipping, 50% off, and a free bottle when you get 2 bottles, or it's 50% off free shipping when you buy 1 bottle. With 2 bottles, you get a free bottle of Fluoride Shield. And we're almost sold out of Fluoride Shield, so we have to end the sale in the next 24 hours. It's programmed in the shopping cart to end tonight at midnight Central Time. And we've got the Alex Challenge Pack, the Oxy Powder, the Super Male Vitality, and the Super high-powered nascent iodine that's done so much for me. And I'm not saying I'm some Beach Boy beauty, but I turned into Jabba the Hutt. My journey back to where I was when I was 22 is about 80% complete. I have lost 60-plus pounds, and this just helped accelerate it. You can see the video, the whole promo, breaking it down at InfoWarsLife.com, or call toll-free. Our great crew can answer all your questions, take your order, 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. And the system is, again, look at it, coming after us. People say, who would fight the tyrants? Who would have an effect? Who would get something done? We have. That's why we're under attack by the trolls on the bottom, and the globalists and the corporations and the hijacked government, because we bring people hope, we bring people results, we understand the game, we do the hard work, we make the films, we do the news, we do the radio show, we hammer the enemy. We're in the fight. We know that when good men take action, the globalists are in deep crap, and good women as well. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Alex Jones. The revolution against tyranny accelerates.
I was born on the prairies where the wind blew free, and there was nothing to break the light of the sun. I was born where there were no enclosures. Geronimo. I wonder what he thinks of the permanent checkpoints, where you're quizzed about your citizenship, about having to submit to bag searches to ride public transportation, his thoughts on nonviolent offenders rotting away in prisons. They say that in these current times we are more, quote, civilized, but are we really more free? When the Persian army demanded King Leonidas and his Spartans surrender their arms, the outnumbered king shouted Molon Labe, or come and take them. Even though Leonidas was eventually defeated by a much larger adversary, he is not remembered for his loss. He lives in history as a beacon of defiance and self-defense. The desire to disarm the people is nothing new. Arm yourself with knowledge at Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv, and the Alex Jones channel on YouTube.
Defending the Republic from enemies, foreign and domestic. It's Alex Jones.
My people perish for lack of knowledge. Jesus Christ said that. Knowledge is power. Another biblical quote. Those that don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Both of those, Lord Acton. Well, I know basic history because it's so intriguing, it's so entertaining. When I was a very young person, probably 8 years old, I was a proficient reader. Only thing I was good at in school was reading. And I guess science. Math and writing I hated. And I got addicted to history books, adult history books. By the time I was 14, I was reading PhD theses. And so I knew how the world worked. I thought everybody else knew, but they didn't. And the entire system is about keeping you and I, all of us, from discovering this. I'm going to get into Baltimore. And a national poll, 96% brace for summer of race riots. And I'm going to break down the Hegelian dialectic of problem, reaction, solution. But to understand where we currently are, we need to go to Ingolstadt University in the 1760s, where Adam Weishaupt, one of the head professors, and a Jesuit, interestingly enough, who wanted to, quote, bring down the church, developed a plan to hijack the, at that time, 250-year-old Renaissance that came out of the Black Plague and came out of the Gutenberg Press and a lot of other issues, a lot of other factors. There was already a movement to abolish centralized state-run religion. There was already a move to abolish monarchies. There was already hundreds of different movements across the scores of European nations. There was already a move in choice to go to smaller shops, to break monopolies, to not have to have government licenses to operate. And so Adam Weishaupt, in Germany and in France, tried to foment movements to overthrow the existing order, but not to build a new Renaissance on the beginning of the Renaissance, but to bring in an ultimate anti-human tyranny based on total domination and enslavement. And we have the letters of the Illuminati. They're in Encyclopedia Britannica. George Washington learned of them, spoke out against them. They tried to hijack the American Revolution. Thomas Jefferson worked with them for a while, but then turned against them. Benjamin Franklin did as well. This is all Library of Congress on screen right now if you're a TV viewer. If you're a radio listener, just search George Washington Letters Illuminati. You'll be at the Library of Congress. You can go read them. There's more than 20. I've read them. Now, let's go over what's really happening. To understand the police rioting, the federalization of police, the torture training, all the things the cops that are doing wrong is designed to set them up to fall when they overthrow the government and bring in something that is hell on earth. Because when the French people, manipulated by the Jacobins, which is admittedly the Illuminati, this is mainline history, that's not just, movies, Hollywood movies, they then started killing everybody, including the middle class, and then the ultra-rich basically sat outside the country, then financed Napoleon to come in to take over later. So they just replaced one elite with another. Then set up the country in the next phase of exploitation. Once they've captured a country, the communists follow this. It came from the Jacobins. They then use the country in the next theory in the program for the exploitation phase to take over the next nation. Now let's go over it. First, let's play this clip from May Day. Friday night, Austin, Texas. Marching communist. Let's go ahead and go to that clip. Alex Jones here for Infowars.com with an impromptu report. We happen to have our iPhone and microphone in the back of the car, so I'm going to break this down for you right now. I was over at a friend's house, and we hear this chanting outside. About 100 people were marching down the road with red flags. And I said from this window, it looks like those are communist hammer and sickle flags. Just how insane is that? That flag killed over 100 million people on record. Flew worse than Hitler. Then we hear the chanting 20 minutes later, they're going down Congress, they're back. So we run down, it was getting dark, we got some footage. They had F the police, hammer and sickles. The point is, as bad as the police are, and there are some big problems in this country, the hammer and sickle, folks, is like a Nazi flag and beyond. Just the aggression of some of the folks looking at me when they walk by, bowed up, ready to go. It was very racially based. A bunch of white liberals and, quote, minorities, Arabs, Muslims, you name it, together, just out pissed in Austin where nobody killed anybody. And we have a pretty good police department. They just indicted the 6 cops. And if they did it, good. Put them in prison. I'm against the police state. Made 4 films on it. Wrote a book about it. But you cannot make the whole revolution in America about the police. It's about the globalist. It's about the crony capitalist. They're the ones signing Saudi derivatives. They're the ones that run the NSA. They're the ones launching the wars. The elite know revolution's here. They want to make it a peaceful, happy revolution to restore the republic. They want to make it racial. And I'm not going to be part of it. And Infowars.com isn't either. And don't forget, if you're watching this transmission, no matter what color you are or what region you're from, you are the resistance. All right, so here's a brief background. Write down these terms, look them up. May Day is the ancient Northern Hemisphere spring. It was an occultic day where sacrifices were made of humans and animals to have a good summer and a good harvest. Okay, just want to give you that background. That's now the International Communist Workers' Day. Let's continue. French Revolution. This is from the encyclopedia. French Revolution was an influential period of social and political upheaval in France that lasted from 1789 to 1799, inspired by liberal and radical ideas. Liberal, notice liberal. Now let's move forward. Jacobin from the encyclopedia. This is from Encyclopedia Britannica, reposted at Wikipedia. During the French Revolution, which was described by members of the Jacobin Club, a revolutionary political club that drove the French Revolution. Today, Jacobin and Jacobinism is used in a variety of senses. Jacobin is something used in Britain as a pejorative or for radical left-wing revolutionary policies. Raping, killing, murdering everyone, murdering poor people, riots everywhere, hell on earth, especially when it exhibits dogmatic and violent repression. This, again, now generally indicates a supporter of centralized Republican state. See, once they take over, they want a centralized state and strong central government power, see, big government, and of supporters of extensive government intervention. You know, North Korea calls itself a republic, to transform society. Government intervention to transform society. It's also in other related senses indicating proponents of state education system, which strongly promotes in inclusive civic values, promotion of strong nation state capable of resisting an undesirable foreign influence. That's the early Jacobins under Napoleon. Once they took over, then they flipped on their message, became basically proto-fascist and invaded the planet.